Marshmallow Fanboy back with another review, this time of a lot of Target exclusive Python Patrol figures. Now, I've already opened the Bat, the Cobra Viper, and the Televiper in Trouble Bubble. Today, I'm going to concentrate on the 5 that I haven't opened. And there is a wide spread of time between the first figure and the last figure. I think there's almost a 40 figure spread. If I see from 56 to 97 and 56. There's 41 figures in between those two numbers. So it's taken me a while to open these. But let's concentrate on like the Python Patrol Officer first. The Python Patrol Officer is cool. I mistook it for the Python Patrol Cobra Officer because it says Python Patrol Cobra Officer, and it's completely different. And this one says Python Patrol Officer. So I thought, no, I don't need more officers. I already have the officer. But this one sort of more looks like a trooper, and this one looks like an officer. But this, I think, came out during the Cobra Island phase, where Target was pushing a G.I. Joe's mission on Target Island, or Cobra Island. And this was the backing for Cobra Island. So it could have been that the Python Patrol came out around the same time that they were still doing the Python Patrol. But that is the Cobra Officer. That is the Patrol Officer. And this is just straight Cobra Officer who is attached to the Python Patrol. I'm not sure how Cobra's ranks work, but I think that somebody deserves to maybe have extra paid time off. But this is cool. Of course, the only plastic packaging is the one that came out during the Cobra Island thing. It was probably 2 or 3 years ago now. I'm not sure. But yeah. Then this is the plastic-free packaging, of course, for the Cobra Officer. Letters are raised on the front there. Python Patrol Crimson Guard has cool artwork on the front that looks like Bill Sienkiewicz, kind of. I know it's not, but it sort of evokes that. And, of course, a good picture of the product on the back. And now we get into our single characters, Vypra and Copperhead. Vypra, I'm almost positive is a single character. I don't think that she is an army builder. I know Copperhead isn't. But I didn't get Vypra when I was a kid, and I don't have a regular version of her because a regular version of her hasn't come out yet. So I don't know that she has a file card that explains that she's a person, or a file card that says she's a legion of soldiers of some kind. So I think Vypra is one person. I didn't army build her, so hopefully I did the right thing, and I won't find out that she's an army builder later and go, darn it. But Copperhead is Copperhead. I mean, I prefer the original, but everybody prefers the original to the Tiger Force and the Python Patrol, probably, because that's the one they know the best. But it's got cool little details on it, and he has all the Python Patrol colors and everything, as does Vypra. Looks like he has a little blood on the blade, or a little maybe red detailing on the blade. I'm not sure. Could be a little rust on the blade. Could be that he's been using that forever. But a little gold revolver. That's very cool. So that is Copperhead and Vypra. So I am going to open all 5 of these today, and we're going to go through them. So they're cool in the package, but let's see what happens when we take them out. Let's take them out for a spin. Now that they're out of the package, let's take a closer look at the Python Patrol figures, starting with the Crimson Guard. The Crimson Guard is a repaint of the standard Crimson Guard. I think it's a repaint of the retro one, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have any proof of that. I just imagine that it is. No. Yeah, I'm 50-50. I have no idea. But it is a very cool repaint. It's in the Python Patrol colors, the bright yellow, the grays. No green on this guy. Yellow's got to be sort of a special ops kind of color, because yellow is an accent color for the rest of them, except for maybe Copperhead on the pants and on the helmet. But he's got the standard loadout for a Crimson Guard. Everything that you'd expect to get with a Crimson Guard, you're getting with this guy. You're getting the backpack with the rifle with the bayonet. You're getting the scabbard. You're getting a sidearm for the holster. You're getting a knife for the other holster. That's not what you call it. Sheath for the knife. And you're getting the sword, which I put in his hand because it makes it feel like he's kind of a Marine and he's, you know, one of the best in the world. He's like, go forward and let's do things. I don't know what Marines do. Okay. That is the Python Patrol Crimson Guard. Python Patrol Cobra Officer. Sorry, this is just Cobra Officer. That's Python Patrol. That one is Python Cobra Officer. This one's just a regular Cobra Officer. I don't know why. It's just one is a repaint of the other one, except for the caps on here. Looks like the upper torso. I'm not positive. I'm just not sure. But it seems like they're repaints, but maybe of the Cobra Officer and Cobra Trooper. But I'm not sure which is which. So he's got the gray helmet. He has an alternate head that is he has two racial heads to one of these and the one that's on right now. And in addition to these two heads, he does have goggles that go over his eyes and they give him kind of a python look, kind of a snake look. Let me see if I can put that on and show you what that looks like. It's kind of eerie. See, it looks like a snake. Isn't that creepy? So, I've made that sound very mysterious. Ooh, doesn't he look creepy? So weird, right? So, I'm not sure what he's a repaint of, but he's got all of the Python Patrol colors. And he's got the standard loadout for, I don't know if it's, man, I can't say like a Crimson Guard or anything. I can't say he's got the standard loadout because I don't know what figure this is exactly a repaint of, if it's an officer or a trooper. But he does have a kind of a machine pistol with a clip on the side. Oop, I knocked him over. That was not on purpose. Man, he's got a band on his arm for Python Patrol. He has a knife with a scabbard. He has an extra pouch opening for the clip, I imagine. But I put the clip in the gun, and he has a holster for the pistol. He has an extra one that attaches to his back for, I imagine, this one, the larger gun that he has in his hand, or not the larger gun, but the stockier gun. And he could put the clip into the pouch because I had it in the pouch earlier. Both of them, and I didn't test the Crimson Guard, but these two, both fingers go through the trigger guards, which is really nice. It's got the, I don't know if that's a AK-47 or not. There's a little piece that attached, I thought. No, that must have been on the other Cobra Officer. The Python Patrol Officer, not the Cobra Officer. This is the Cobra Officer. He is cool to look at, though. He does look like he could kill a bunch of people. But this paint job is probably my favorite because it's kind of the most subtle. I get that there's kind of the lime green and the yellow, and the bright red on the mask is standard with every Cobra. But the rest of it is just black and flat black and a flat gray. It's a light gray, but it's still not a bad look for this figure. And of course, it's an army builder figure. So if you like it, you can get 8 of them. I've got 2. Maybe I will get more. I don't know. Let me do Vypra first, since she's sort of out in front of Copperhead, and taking out Copperhead will knock her over. Vypra is cool. She comes with a lot of accessories. I couldn't get the backpack on her back. I have the hole lined up where I can see I can see the back real easy, but the post is pretty gummy and kind of moves real easy. So I don't know if I'm trying to sort of twist it in. It wouldn't go in. It has twin scabbards for the swords. It has a place to put the bow for the bow and arrow. So you can just put it right on there and bingo, it's on there. But it also comes with one loose arrow, which is super cool. I don't know how you would put it in the bow, or if there's kind of a holder or something that guides it. Is it on the other side? Maybe it's on the other side. Looks like, and then bang. So it looks like you probably could pose it somehow. People who are better posing than me will absolutely make that statement true. But it has a hole in the backpack. You could put the loose arrow right into the backpack, push it all the way in, push it all the way down, and it looks like there are no loose arrows in there. Doesn't look like anything. So Vypra comes with the place to put the swords and the bow so that all of her gear fits on her. She's also wearing the mask, which has a cool logo on the top of it. The mask has that logo on the top that looks like it could be like an eye, and then the eyes itself have sort of a texture to them. I'm not sure if they're kind of electronics. Maybe it's feeding her data or something else, but it's very cool. And then once you take the mask off, then there's a narrow gap where her eyes are. You can't see any of her feet. You can see her eyebrows, so you can see she's mad and she's going to kill you. But the little Cobra logo on the headband, it looks cool with or without this mask. See if I can... Oh my gosh. Oh, I see. They're concentric circles. Wow, that's really great detail. It's really small, but it's pretty amazing. Wow. They kind of look like fans. Vypra's colors are also not super obnoxious. Not a lot of green and yellow and everything. Lots of black and dark red with just a little bit of yellow for trim. And it doesn't look like any green on her. So it looks very, very cool. The color scheme on her is really nice. And you can see, even with the backpack off, it's really nice on the back too. So it's a really great figure. I don't know who Vypra is, but hopefully they'll come out with a regular figure. And I'll see what the costume is supposed to look like. I'm going to put her right over here. Next, let's get a good look at Copperhead. Copperhead, one of my favorite figures from the 80s line. And he shows up here in his Python Patrol colors. I haven't opened the regular Copperhead, so this is the first Copperhead I've opened. It's got the gold pistol with the sight, which is very cool. He has a scabbard for the machete, which I don't know if that's blood or a pattern. It's got to be... He's got another gun for his holster here. He has a backpack here that he can put the larger gun in. And then, of course, the strap goes down around it to hold the gun in. And, of course, I mentioned the scabbard for the machete. But it's just a very cool Copperhead. Except for I hate the red around the thing there. I wish it was maybe still yellow to kind of match the rest of it. Or just completely black. But the red sort of throws me off a little bit. But I like the design on the rest of it. I like the plain black for the bodysuit. And the red and the black for the holster rig. And the black bands. This one is... okay. I'll slide that back on. The black bands. The red straps are good. The dark red accents. And then, of course, where it usually would be... kind of a green and blue. That's cool too. The green and the yellow, they match really well, and the green and the yellow up top match really well. So this is a really nice figure. The only thing that bothers me is that red line that crosses his face. But it's a really cool that they dipped that thing in gold. I don't know if the regular Copperhead comes with a gold pistol. I kind of hope so. It's pretty cool. Now let's take a closer look at Python Patrol Officer. This has the same sort of machine pistol and clip and AK-47 type, except it has an extra sort of scope here that you can see on the weapon. If I turn it right there, like a little flashlight maybe. And he has that and the knife and the pistol and of course the holster on the back. And a place to put the clip for the machine pistol. So it's the same as this, but the color scheme is kind of growing on me. The green and the sort of the subtle yellow and the logo and all the gray webbing and the gray accessories and boots and gloves and the black everything else and just a little bit of red right around the collar. It's very cool. It's a cool figure. The figures that they have, they've probably worked really hard on the color scheme for each of them. And they thought, well, the Python Patrol is canon. It came out. It happened. But it happened after I stopped collecting. So I don't acknowledge it as much. But this time through, I understand that G.I. Joe has a short shelf life. You're not going to do G.I. Joe the way you do Transformers, because with Transformers, you can do different sizes, different iterations, different versions of them. And with G.I. Joe, they usually come out for 5 or 6 years, and then you don't see them for another decade or two. So I think, this is a good opportunity to get figures that I want, characters that I want in all of the different versions of the characters, and just really enjoy the hobby. And I'm really enjoying getting these. They're all Target exclusives. They weren't hard to get. And there's one right now, like I said, is the Cobra Ferret with, I think, Wreckage, which is completely sold out, but it hasn't been released yet. And I have no doubt that they'll have enough on hand that I can get a hold of a Cobra Ferret in the future. After all, I didn't order the Python Patrol Televiper and Trouble Bubble until it was in stock. So that shouldn't be any different. But I am enjoying collecting these. I did enjoy getting the Bat and the Trouble Bubble and the Televiper and the Cobra Viper that was Python Patrol. And so these are 5 more than I can add to the other 3 and a Trouble Bubble. So I'm getting a pretty good Cobra army of Python Patrol. Now I just need to find some phosphorescent jungle to put them in. So until next time, enjoy your toys.